I'm going to ask you, Matt Miller, the same question I'm asking everybody who's locked in, plugged into the draft or the NFL information community. Have you come across anybody, scouts, general managers, anybody, any source of yours that says, hold on a minute, the Cardinals may not take Kyler Murray?
No, not one. And, you and I talked at the Combine, and it was the same thing then. So it's like here we are, a month later, nothing is changing. And I will say this, I've written about this, I've talked about it on my podcast, going back to early January, when Cliff Kingsbury started interviewing with jobs. He started when it was known that he was going to interview and maybe leave USC. That's when this news started to come out. This isn't a smoke screen here at the end of the draft process. This is something that people have been reporting now for 3 months. So I'm glad you put it that way, because I haven't been able to find anyone who thinks that someone other than Kyler Murray will be that pick. And I think if you look at even, like when we write mock drafts, we all want to be right. That's the goal of a mock draft, is to be right, to educate your readers about what could happen, what we're hearing will happen. And I bet if you went and looked at the top draft analysts, everybody's going to have the same pick at number one right now. Well, and that's Kyler Murray going to Arizona.
Well, the issue with that, Matt, is, wanting to be right with a mock draft is that does happen. Kyler Murray, everyone's right up there. Then somebody's going to be wrong with who the Giants or the Redskins take or somebody else, because somebody's going to have their first-round draft selection other than a quarterback, because they've acquired Josh Rosen. So
I agree completely.
What are you hearing on that front, the Rosen front?
I still think that it is Washington or bust at this point, and I think everyone wanted to connect the Giants there because they had the 2 first-round picks. I haven't heard of anyone that wants to trade a first-round pick for Josh Rosen. I think the Cardinals would do backflips right now if that were even rumored. It feels like the Chargers are out of it after Philip Rivers has never, I've been told, been super open to the idea of, kind of having the quarterback and waiting system there. They signed Tyrod Taylor to a decent deal as backup. It really feels like it will be Washington, and for a number of reasons. They need to win quickly, or Jay Gruden's going to be looking for a new job. They're also picking at 15 in the first round, so it's less likely that they would be able to get a Dwayne Haskins or Drew Lock at that spot, one of the guys that most scouts believe is a plug-and-play guy. Instead, you can look where they're picking a 46 overall, and I think that's a pretty good return on investment. If they want to flip 46 to Arizona, the Cardinals might be able to get something a little bit extra on day 3 to kind of save face a little bit, but they're not going to get the 15th pick in the first round. And so I think with Washington, if it starts to look like or feel like Kyler's going to go 1, maybe Haskins goes top 8, maybe Drew Lock goes top 10, you're weighing the decision of, okay, do we like Daniel Jones from Duke enough to take him here, or do we trade a second-round pick and get a player that everyone agreed was a top 10 guy last year?
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.